Hindquarter Bill by Rudy Bischof. Now, there was an old boy who used to ride with the herd. He would ride all the long day, say nary a word. Now, it weren't that he had much of nothing to say, but it were his name what kept him out of the play. Hindquarter Bill was he called by. How he'd gotten that handle could make a man laugh, or it could make a man cry. All the old hands just sort of played dumb when they asked him, "Say, how did you come by them holes in your bum?" And every new hand wanted that story told, so Bill kept to himself, 'cause I reckon the telling just got old. See, Bill met an old Mexican up trading some furs who was carrying an old pair of big charro spurs. Now them charros, they was used by the Spaniards of old and had big spiky rowels and little inlays of silver and sometimes gold. Most cowboys we know wouldn't give 'em a look, but they caught old Bill's eye, and good sense he forsook. Now each of them rowels, with 8 spikes, was dang near as big as your hand. Bill fancied 'em greatly, and made his demand. "Amigo," says he, "if you'll sell me them charros, I'll meet a fair price, 'cause on my new high-heeled boots they sure would look nice." Well, the Mexican nodded and stuck out his palm. Bill tossed in a gold eagle with nary a qualm. And I'll say he looked fine as he strutted along with them big wheels a-spinning and bobs a-jingling a song. Bill was the envy of many a lad. That is till the day that his luck ran to bad. See, one day whilst riding left flank, Bill felt nature's call. He hardly stopped quick enough to keep from losing it all. Why, he sprung from that saddle and raced into the brush. You could tell by the dust Bill was in quite a rush. Well now, there was quiet for a little speck of a spell. Then the range rang with an ear-splitting yell, or it was more of a scream if the truth to be told, but the hearing of it liked to make a man's blood run to cold. Well, we all hustled into the bush for a look, and what we saw there could not be mistook. There was old Bill hunkered down to be found, his bare hindquarters spiked by them rowels and staked down to the ground. Well, we helped him get up and back to his horse, but he couldn't ride in the saddle, of course. So it was bare hindquarters up in the buckboard for miles, all the cowhands passing by a smothering smiles. And round the campfire at night, amidst the laughter and jeers, Bill took it pretty good-natured for a couple of years. But then he decided he had no more to say. Next morning he up and saddled his pony and rode off on his way. Now, we all kind of miss him, especially the chuckle we used to get by knowing what was back behind his belt buckle. But every now and again, we can still find a good laugh or two about Bill's holy behind. Now, you remember poor Hindquarter, and don't let his sad lesson be yours. Don't you never squat down wearing big spiky spurs, 'cause if you do, why, you'd be dumb as a stump. Lesson you like having big holes punched in your rump.